Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Spirituality and Practice. My name is Dr. Jonathan Ellerby. I am the new Executive Director for Spirituality and Practice, and I couldn't be more excited to be here with you for so many reasons. First of all, I have to let you know that I first discovered spirituality and practice decades ago while I was the director of an inner city pastoral care department. It is also the same time that I discovered Spiritual Directors International. And having just completed an interfaith seminary myself, these two organizations were inspiring and incredible resources for someone who often felt like there weren't enough resources out there. And now here we are, decades later, and I am blessed with the opportunity to be involved with both. So my role here today is to give you a very quick introduction to our website on behalf of our team and of course our illustrious founders, Frederick and Marianne Brusset. So let's use our incredible technology and dive right in. Here we have our homepage. Now, when you get to the homepage, you're going to see there's lots going on, and that's because we have over 55,000 pages of content. But don't be afraid. It's easy to navigate when you take a breath and start exploring. So if you look across the top, you'll see our navigation bar, and all those categories are pretty self-explanatory. Practices, which we're going to talk about in a moment, covers resources for spiritual practices and understanding spiritual literacy. E-courses are, of course, learning opportunities. Films and books are reviews. Arts relates to creative arts. And of course, quotes is many of our favorite space where we find a treasure trove of small phrases, anecdotes, readings, and things to inspire ourselves and others. Of course, there's blogs with articles on different topics, incredibly diverse, as well as the chance for you to explore a wide range of themes, traditions, teachers, and practices. And of course, if you'd like to know more about spirituality and practice or the Brussets, you can go to our About section. Now, the last thing I want to say about this page is that there are many ways to search the website Spirituality and Practice. You can go for a general search at the top of this page, or you can dive into some of these navigation bar items, and you will find that they are searchable within their categorical areas. Two of our most famous and favorite categories are the film reviews and the book reviews. Now, there's a lot of things that make them very special. First of all, of course, it's the writers. Frederick and Marianne have been doing this for decades, and they are brilliant both in their assessment of films and books, but also in the way they transmit that information. But the other thing that's really special about the way we review books and films is that we don't do bad reviews. In other words, we're never going to take your time to say, don't read this book. We're going to take your time to say, read these books and here's why. Watch these films and here's why. Each year we compile also recommendations for the best films and spiritual books of 2020. There's always lots of incredible treasures and surprises in each. Moving on, let's take a moment and look at one of the most valuable and beloved areas of our website, and that is the practices section. Now, the practices section is organized around what we call the alphabet of spiritual literacy. And what you'll notice when you look at this page is that the alphabet is comprised of these words that represent both spiritual qualities that we can develop and acquire in life, but they are also areas of practice. In other words, if you click on any one of these, whether it's joy or justice, you will find practices and readings to help you acquire the qualities of joy or understand the principle of justice. Also, be sure you look down the menu within practices because there are an incredible number of supportive elements and features for you there as well. Now, one of my favorite parts of this section in our website is the Spiritual Practice Toolkit. If you are guiding, advising, working with others in a spiritual capacity, whether it's to have more resources to share with them or more resources to enrich your own life and your own journey, you've got to check out the Spiritual Practice Toolkit. Now, what you'll find in here is over 260 different practices to help you evolve your journey and understand the spiritual life. And it includes everything from recycling to prayer wheels to having a pet and reflexology. It is absolutely unbelievable. Check it out, take some time. Now, when you're in our different areas of the navigation bar, as I mentioned, you always have a unique search function. So in particular, spiritual practice has this incredible search function where you can look by title, author, keyword, and so on. But you'll find that we're more than just book reviews and films, practices and readings. We also get involved in special projects with incredible partner organizations like the Fetzer Institute. Spirituality and Practice has been involved with the Fetzer Institute for years, and one of our most proud and favorite projects is the Practicing Democracy Project. And here you'll find all kinds of resources to lead the development of spiritual understandings of democracy in your life, in your relationships, in your community, or wherever you may be a leader. So you will find that there are sample projects, there are programs, there are tools, and of course, there are readings and resources. We do this through all manner of engagement. So we are trying to help people through things like discussion cards, practices that support multi-faith engagement. And of course, these things also link to our film and book reviews. It's a very special part of who we are and what we're doing. And once again, I want to emphasize that if you find yourself in a position of spiritual leadership, whether it's by community, by friends, or by profession, you will find great resources for planning interfaith experiences, multi-faith services. Now, we're going to wrap up in a moment, but we have some special things for those of you that have sat through this wonderful presentation and have signed up for our newsletter. 3 of you will receive the opportunity to choose between 2 of our on-demand e-courses or the complete library of spiritual literacy videos. So let's just quickly review this and we'll let you go. Looking at our on-demand e-courses, you'll see there's a variety of types. First, we have retreats, and you have a variety of examples right here. Now, retreats are longer programs that may include anything from traditional Christianity to spirituality without religion. You'll see here, there's teachings about yoga and even courses about finding spirituality in everyday life, such as if you have a cat. Yes, we move on, and you'll find there's also practicing spirituality e-courses. This sample shows you the diversity of traditions represented. From Taoism to Judaism, Buddhism to native tradition, there are a host of resources regardless of your faith or tradition of interest. Moving on, we've taken a great interest in elder spirituality. A great number of our friends and followers fall into the category of later life studies. These lifelong learners love to explore the spiritual perspectives of aging and saging as life evolves, and you'll find a host of opportunities here. We also offer 21-day courses, again, a variety of everyday applications as well as thematic focuses. And it's important for you to know that all of the courses are there and available for you in our library, but we also have fresh new ones coming up every single month. Now, the other thing that you'll find available through our website, but you might also be able to win, is our spiritual literacy library. So check this out. We have this incredible collection of videos that focus on all the teachings of our spirituality and practice legacy, spiritual literacy. And if you sign up today, share your email, you could win the entire DVD collection. All right, this is a lot to share and a lot to take in. We hope you'll do the research yourself. I want to thank you for being with me. And just before we go, I have something I want to share with you. So I'm going to pause this screen here, and then If you have a little more time, I would like to welcome you to one of the trailers of our um, spiritual literacy media. Now, this is what the landing page looks like when you go to get these on demand, and it's all very simple. We click on B is for beauty, so you get a sense of how this is organized. And the one I would like to leave you with today is a beautiful excerpt, our trailer, and one of our most popular features. So thank you for joining us. And please, if you have the time, take a breath, sit back, and enjoy this contemplation on beauty and how we can find it in everyday life.
I see God in onions. I always have. I remember when I first saw my mother slicing into an onion when I was about 6. I stopped my playing, awestruck. What is this vegetable that is so pure, so watery white, so many layered in concentric rings that make mounds of perfect circles as they fall open onto the cutting board? I begged her to let me cut some, despite her warning that it would make my eyes burn. I can remember the concentration and reverence welling up within me as I awkwardly tried to make perfect slices. My eyes did burn, and I had to stop after a few cuts, but I vowed that I would understand onions someday and cook with them myself. My contemplation of the mystery in the onion continues to this day. I can cut them now without crying, but not without pausing for a brief moment. Red onions are especially divine. I hold a slice up to the sunlight pouring in through the kitchen window, and it glows like a fine piece of antique glass. Cool, watery white, with layers delicately edged with imperial purple. Strong, humble, peaceful, with that fiery nub of spring green in the center, aspiring to sprout and become more. "Oh, look at this one," I cry to my husband and daughter nearby. They look at each other and smile at me tolerantly. "That's a really nice one." They don't get God in onions the way I do, but they know that we mystics have to stick together. Mary Hayes Greco, the kitchen mystic.
I want to thank you once again if you stayed through to the end here. There is almost an endless uh, place of support and connection and resource for you, for your journey, for all you do. And it's available in Spirituality and Practice. We look forward to seeing you there, and maybe we will join you in your journey. Blessings.